Stay tuned, stay locked to the Prophet Kwaku on the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show. This is G Vibes and you're listening to the Prophet Kwaku on the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show. Stay tuned, stay locked to the Prophet Kwaku on the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show.
Oh tip. Oh tip. Itepe, Ineke, J.R. Senebe. Divine peace. Long life. Stability. And good health to all our people. Big up yourself, Rock family. Big up yourself, Mr. Sir Crazy. Catching Black here 2 weeks, fortnight from now, 2 till 5 p.m. Before that, the great Fat Larry, 11 till 2 p.m. You're on the Rising Station. We are the best. No. Not for we out there good. But we're rising. Like a rocker island out of the volcano. Big up to the management, engineers, all the fate. No more. Listen. More. Listen. We give thanks and praises to the creating force at the University of Omnipotent Being, that which is greater than ourselves, who has many names: Olodumare, Nkuluku, Kwame, Blaforshe, Mungo, Aman-Ra, Ashe. I was supposed to go and meet a queen from the Congo today, but I've been working over the weekend and just so tired I couldn't make it. So I want to apologize to my brethren from Terry Riggs from Black Ice TV. I just couldn't make it. I was just too tired, beloved. I wake up too late and I was just kind of shattered. So apologies for that. Yeah, but I'm gonna try and see if I can get over to the Mama Hut Center today, where she'll be speaking, I believe, from 7 p.m. until 10. I believe. I got the information here somewhere. I'll dig it up and I'll let people know. You understand me? So, Akwaba, Ekale, Salafia, yeah. Welcome to the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show live on the Rock 926.com. And, it's post March on 1st of Messiah, 1st of Asar, 1st of August. Annual African Emancipation Day, Reparations March. And reparations is the theme of life right now. Nothing can move without reparatory justice. And for those of us who don't engage in it, in our round circumference radius hectagon triangle stand, why your minds are somewhere else. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But I want to listen to this Bushman music because I think that it encapsulates what I want to speak about today, what I want to cover, what I want us to even inner check ourselves individually as Africans and as people on planet Earth. There's a lot of things that's rolling around, and the lie of the African story on planet Earth is one of the biggest things that's been moving on planet Earth, I would say, for the last century, but 2, 4, 5 centuries actually, trying to write us out of history, trying to write us out of the story of the planet, and trying to make those of us who try to engage in reigniting and affricating the peopledom about our existence on planet Earth, making us look like we are people who are trying to instigate all kind of nefarious activities. And so I'm going to deal with that today. Yeah, I'm going to deal with that old narrative today. And I hope that you will join me, and I hope that while you're listening, that you'll get something out of it, or that you can engage and contribute, and that we can learn from you too. For we ever learn in this plane of life that we're in. We are just small capsules of time, each of us, and each of us has a certain amount of time on planet Earth. What we do with that time is totally down to us, to a point, and I'll come back to that. But we're just small capsules of time. That's what we are. We're nothing more than that on this earth. Small capsules of time. And when that time is up, we move on to the next life, to what people call the hereafter. Some say them go heaven, some say them go hell. You know, but in other cultures you can end up in limbo, neither hell nor heaven, because you have not accomplished your mission on planet Earth, and so you have to come again. You're recycled, so to speak. So I want you to listen to this Bushman, the lyrics of what Bushman has said, because you know, our people are affected in a lot of ways, and one of the reasons why it moved me to kind of move this way today, because I watched a program that they got on, I think it's Channel 5 actually, or Channel 4, I can't remember which one it is, and it's about gangs and young people in gangs and things like that. And I was watching this thing, and I was thinking to myself, boy, you know, they are, to me the program that I saw seems to me like it seems to show a little soft pot where, you know, he was in the gang, his brethren, and he said he didn't want to do that, and he left, and he took up basketball and things like that. But I'll come back to that anyway. So I don't know if anybody is seeing that. But if you're tuned in, and I haven't done this for weeks, this show is actually sponsored by 8 panels. Yeah. This Nev's 8 panels. This show is actually, we can catch him down now on Fridays and Saturdays at Brixton Station Road. So 8 panels. Nev is now down Brixton selling his hats. You know, his 8 panel hats every Friday and Saturday. So you can catch him at 9 o'clock in the morning until market is closed. Sun up, sundown, rain, sleet, snow, earthquake, nothing. Him did it. Friday and Saturday. And ADE, photographic pictorians, down there in Peckham Rye Market. Any kind of printing that you need, t-shirts, plate, cup, or any kind of designing for your wedding, your funeral, your divorce, your christening, your naming, anything like that, designer things, your booklet, your magazine, you know, ADE photographic pictorians will do that. You can hire for weddings, funerals, anything like that is down there in the Peckham area. And so we give thanks and praises unto the two people them who do that. And they also, these two businesses are also official patrons of our school, Nubian African Community Foundation School. They give a monthly donation to the school, and so we give thanks unto the Creator for them. And these are businesses that don't just talk about making business and making money in the community, but some of that money they make in the community, they give it back to a voluntary sector within our community. And if enough of our African businesses did that, you know, we as African people would achieve much more financially, and we wouldn't have so much of these issues that we have with our young people. But moving on. But I just want you to just kind of listen to the words carefully, our Bushman say, and then from that we will commence the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show. Big up to the African Emancipation Day Reparation March Committee. Ala uno known is, me not for call no names, uno known is. Big up on yourself, right, at home and abroad. Bushman, Iwe Mase. One of my favorite singers.
This is G Vibes, and you're listening to the Prophet Kwaku on the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show.
You hear that?
This is G Vibes, and you're listening to the Prophet Kwaku on the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show.
Yeah, the man say, burn a fire pan a weak heart. Babylon and them free talk. Could I never get I down? Although them try to use we and abuse we leave them out of frown. Them work us so long on the plantation and we never get paid. And we say we know under them colonial spell. These are very critical words in a music that deals with the very same thing that we do day in and day out, year in and year out for the last, well, before the last 5 years. But within the structure of what we're doing, where we're dealing with claiming the first of Messiah as an international day of reparations for African people. And the fight is not even with the enemy. The fight is not even with the descendants of the people that kidnapped us, did all kind of nefarious things to us, got labor out of us for a period of, I'd say, 600 years for nothing. Nothing. You imagine having 600 years. It's like you're running a race. Yeah, you're running a 100-meter race. And there's a person who's got 60 meters start on you. I got a call already. I'll take caller. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Kwaku, what's the name of the artist you just played?
Oh, the artist was named Bushman.
Bushman, alright.
Well, you never heard that tune before?
Yeah, but the name of him.
Yeah? Where you calling from, King?
Camberwell.
Oh, Camberwell.
You know Camberwell. You know Camberwell, sir.
Yeah.
I'll play you back in a minute.
Yeah, no worries, King. Big up yourself, yeah?
Alright.
Alright, bless. Now, that track is a good fight. I think it could even be nearly 10 years old, that track. It's an old track. It's about I reckon it's a good 7 years old. 6-7 years old, that track. And it's probably older than that too. And Bushman. And it's more than that old. But this brother got all heap of tune, Bushman. He sings very much like Luciano. I mean, Luciano came around to notoriety around about the same time, you know. And his songs are heavy, you know. So we never had to wait for Young Chronics to come and sing certain tune. There was people singing certain tune. Obviously, that brother, he never heard the tune before, so quite surprised about that. You know what I mean? But his name is Bushman. Check him out on YouTube and things like that. Very, very excellent singer. Love his style, culture style and thing, you know. And so, imagine running a race. 100 meters. You're running 100 meters. And everybody else in the 100 meters got 60 meters start on you. You could have 1 million Usain Bolts. You're not passing them by the time they reach the 100 meters finishing line. Think about it. They got 60 meters start on you. You're running say a 10,000 meters race, and the people have got 6,000 meters head start on you. All y'all gotta beat them. You got a 400 meters race. You got 800 meters race, and they got 600 meters head start on you. Y'all gonna win that race there. So when people want to turn around and say, and I'm talking our people, black people, them too lazy, black people don't come, and we say black people time, and all these kind of negative connotations and negative demeanors that they put on our people, and we put it on ourselves as well. We have to realize where all that notion comes from, where those saying come from that black people are lazy, it's the very same white people them that had us enslaved for X amount of centuries, working for nothing. When we would slow down the work on the plantation, we would purposely slow down the work. You know, like them kids, an African escape, they get caught, they'd rape them, murder them, chop off them foot, them head, them tongue, them hood, you know, them breasts, just kill them and then leave them hanging in the tree. And one of the things that they did in the Caribbean, specifically in the Caribbean, that whenever they caught a runaway or a rebellious African or anything like that, one of the things they used to do when they killed them, they used to hang them in a tree. And we couldn't take them down for 9 days. We couldn't take them down for 9 days. And that body would stay up there rotting. And the reason for that body to sit up there and rot was to put the fear in everybody else who was enslaved on that plantation, that if you do that, this is what you're looking at. And it was on the 9th night we were able to take the body down, wash it, clean it, and bury it. This is where 9 night comes from in the Caribbean, because they don't do that in Africa. You understand me? Yeah, this is where the old notion of 9 night excuse me, this is where the notion of 9 night comes from. And so when we are celebrating the 9th night of somebody that we know is past, it's part of tradition now. We've incorporated it into our tradition and things like that as African people from the Caribbean. Yeah, and I'm not in no way saying to people that, you know, you should stop going 9 night and even stop doing 9 night, because we are still in that scenario even now, in the way that our children are dying on the streets, ending up in mental institutions, ending up in prison, not able to acquire certain good jobs, so to speak, not being able to acquire loans for a business idea that they got, etc., etc. You see what I'm saying? And ending up in schools that don't have the teachers that has the ability to give them the necessary information and knowledge that they need to achieve and succeed in the society that they live. And so there's all these factors that we have as a people that is still a kind of plantocracy, you know, still that kind of plantation mentality that is going on, even though some of us do quite well within the society that we live in. What we have to remember, that even under our enslavement, there were Africans that was doing well in slavery. You know, some of them, they came up with inventions and things like that, so them get a little squeeze. Some of them became favored for the to the overseers or the masters or whatever they came be. Some of them bought their freedom because it was a money thing. Yeah, and some of them actually bought their freedom. They worked and they bought their freedom, and so, but they had to walk around with a pass to show, yeah, I'm a free man, yeah, or a free woman, because I bought my freedom. Yeah, and could you imagine what they had to do, how much money they had to save to buy that freedom? And so some of them did well, and in some cases, yeah, there were Africans within the enslavement system within the Americas and the Caribbean that had slaves themselves, because it was an industry, it was a system, it was a business. Do you follow what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they treated their Africans who they had enslaved the same way the white man did, but they still had slaves, whatever the case may be. Yeah, but not on the scale that Europeans would want you to think, but it did happen. You see what I'm saying? And it was a system, and it was their system, it was a white man's system. He was controlling it. The French, the Dutch, the British, you know, and the Scottish, you know, the Portuguese, the Spanish, they were all at it. Every one of them. So it was almost like the monetary system they have now. And so you find that all other groups on the planet, because the Europeans have the higher point on the pyramid, and it's their system that governs the monetary system in the world, everybody seems to feed into their system. Do you follow what I'm saying? So just imagine that system, 600 years ago or 400 years ago, where they would do run. So it was a business. It was a business amongst all the European nations. They were all like, you see what I'm saying? None of them not exempt. But the ones we're dealing with is the ones where we are now. So wherever our brothers and sisters are, whether they're in the Netherlands, Germany, France, Spain, Portugal, the Americas, the Caribbean, whichever place they are, Mama Africa, you know, where Europeans are they're the dominant, I wouldn't say they're the dominant people, but they're the dominant structure. Their structure is a dominant structure. Yeah, you find our people them are seeking reparatory justice wherever they are. And I was watching a clip in South Africa the other day where they were having a government meeting, and people were coming up and talking about, you know, these white people that just need to release up their land because, look, you know, there's no more talking with them. We talk with them too long, so they either we're just asking the government to make them just release up the things, yeah, because the wickedest thing now is either they release it or we're gonna have to kill. You know, it's gonna get wicked. And this is how all the woman, man, young people, elders, everybody are sing the same song, and you got one or two little white people sitting in the audience, and they look, and you can see that, you know, the fear of God in their face, so to speak. You understand me? And so when we talk about reparations and when we're marching, it's all of these factors that's part of it. We're not just marching for the sake of marching. You know, it's the way that we can demonstrate our disgust, our anger with the governments of today who have benefited from their forefathers and mothers. I wouldn't even say foremothers, I say their forefathers. Yeah? Because they didn't even treat their woman good. You know, say the woman did have to go suffragette and all, and people have to fight for have say in what happened in the community and in the town, and you know, our women are running up in that too. And our women as African women have to realize that you had a say in an African society, and in some cases you had more of a say than a man them did in certain things. There was no woman couldn't talk in African society. You might find that now, but that's remnants. That's remnants now of the people them that conquered Africa, yeah, and those African societies, and implemented their patriarchal mentality within that society. Because Africa was predominantly, not all of it, but it was predominantly a matriarch society, through to irrigation and through their royalty, especially through their royalty. Yeah, it was the woman's children them that sat on the throne. It wasn't the men. It was the women's children that sat on the throne. And there's a lot of sayings that go around, and you don't even realize that Africans say, like, for example, you can have several fathers, but you can only have one mom, because you know, say your mama card this or you come from, unless in these times where they have artificial insemination and use somebody else's egg and ovaries and all the rest of that type of stuff, etc. But let's boss our teeth and watch nothing. And so all these factors you hear us talk about, and you hear the various members of the African Emancipation Day Reparation March Committee, be Oli Agege on Galaxy, and be Sister Esther, who's our official spokesperson, our co-chair, Sister Jendai, Sister Zebi, Sister Toya, Prophet Kwame, Prophet Jabi, Brother Leo, and Brother Dulani. When you hear these various people speaking about various things in various sectors, it's all to do with the same thing. We cannot forget what happened to us like it never happened. Because if we forget, we justify the situation that we find ourselves in on this ladder of life. And remember what I said earlier, we're small capsules of time. So we've got a limited amount of time here to make an imprint for the betterment of our community, yeah, our race, general well-being of the people of planet Earth. Because there's an energy that's moving on planet Earth that is evil, yeah, and only wants wickedness. And one of those things is greed and not knowing your place on planet Earth. And so, you know, that saying the fittest of the fittest will survive. That's where it come from the Africans being thrown overboard. Those that it was a. You imagine in them day on a ship that's wood. All it have is a sail and a rudder for direct it, see? And the people them underneath, there's no blanket, there's no, it's just wood them a lie down pan in chains. It was 3 months it took. That journey took 3 months. If we wallow in the shit and the vomit and all kind of things. Eat, drink, piss and shit in at the same place. There's no toilet. No sanitary things. You can't even begin to conceive what we went through. So, for those of us, are people who are under pressure and stress, because that's the biggest killer in our community right now. It just leads to all kind of things. Cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, you name it. All kind of something. Distress thing. If we knew the story, especially those of us who come via the Caribbean, yeah, and those of us who had to suffer at the hands of Europeans right up until the 60s and 70s and Mama Africa. If you're descendants of those people, you should know what suffering is. You understand me? Imagine you're living. Just think about this. Put yourself in this mode. Can you, whatever age you are now, can you imagine living to 100? I'll be 56 this year. And I can't imagine living to 100. You know, it's possible if I was healthy and think to live another 56 years, it would be good. I'd have a story to tell the world then. But a lot of our friends are dying at 40, 30, 20, in their teens. Some people ain't making 60. My sister died a few months back. She just turned 60 last year. We're not making it. My dad is 91, he's in hospital. I'm going to look for him after when I finish. He has had several strokes. He had his first stroke when he was 85. 6 years my dad's been living with stroke issues. And it burns me to see him the way he is, but he's a soldier. Enough of us ain't making that age. Enough of my brethren them dead long before them was 50. And some of them when them just reached 50. And who knows, probably somebody dead tomorrow. And this is not the ones them who's been stabbed, killed or murdered. This is just people just dying of sickness. So you see, we've got very limited amount of time here. So you imagine, if you can't imagine living to 100, you imagine that official records say that the average mortality rate for an African who from the time they leave the shores of Africa and manage to reach the auction blocks and sold from the time they reach on the plantation, the average mortality rate was 7 years. I've said this before. It was 7 years. And the majority of age group that they stole was children. So the 15-year-olds, 17, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, that kind of age. Them then I take 40 and 50-year-old people. Because them people are fight and them a kill them off. You understand me? They took a lot of young people. That's why when you watch that film Roots, you've got to look at it for what it shows. It was the youth that they took. The best of Africa. Young people. So by the time they reached plantations, they weren't seen 30. Them lucky if them see 30. Remember me tell you. So you imagine the amount of people that they had to traffic over that 400-year period just to maintain the industry that they had. They want to come and tell you about 6 million people? That's bullshit. Sorry about saying that live on the air, but that's what it is. Because if you do the mathematical calculations, you're talking many millions. if you incorporate the ones that was thrown overboard, etc. And they falsified the records because it was such a business. It's like a business like now. You got a freight, you're shipping in something from China or somewhere like that. You're only allowed to ship a certain amount. You follow what I'm saying to you? So what people did was falsify the records. The ship would probably was designed to say take 200-300 people. They were putting 1,000 people on there, 600, cramming them in. Because they're greedy. It's almost like the prisons that they got, like Wandsworth Prison, Brixton Prison. Them prison was only built to hold like 800 people. They got like 2,000-3,000 people in there now. 2 man in a cell and all, 3 man in a cell and all, them something there. So that's just pontificate on that. List, think about that. That's what they did. So when they're showing the official records, no, we don't. If the official record says 6 million, times that by 10. Yeah? Right? And I'm being conservative there. Because our African scholars and historians tell us that they estimate at minimum it was 100 million people that were shipped out of Africa. 100 million. That's not no small feat. That's an industry. That's a business. Remember, it was a business. When Queen Elizabeth I sanctioned John Hawkins in 1553 to go and pick up some Africans who were kidnapped and take them into slavery. Yeah? And see the money she make. She invested in that operation, and that's how Britain ended up starting in the 16th century, started to engage in the enslavement of Africans. And when the British entered the slave Mahangamizi, that is when it became a business. They businessize it. So when you hear them talking about they're spending 100 million on this and 2 billion on that and 1 billion on this and then 10 billion, you have to remember, that's called intergenerational wealth. It never just pop out of thin air. The wealth that Britain has today, where it's the 5th richest economy in the world, is built up after hundreds of years of robbing and stealing from other people. That is the basis of Britain. Don't look at what they're doing now. Yeah? Because they're able to do what they do now because of what they did then. So when they talk about Africans being lazy, remember, I don't forget where I'm talking about, but it goes off in different directions, but I always come back to where I'm talking about. When they use that terminology that black people are lazy, when you even hear us as black people say black people time, don't take that as no negative. That is shit good. Because when they kill one of our brethren and sister, or our child, or our mother, our uncle, or aunt, yeah, father, mother, we knew we couldn't uprise because they had the gun. So all we did, we slowed down the work. We knew they weren't going. They couldn't kill all of us because they would be killing their commodity. So we slowed down the work. And you'd hear the slave master them in the house. I know them niggas. Their purpose is going slow. We can't kill all of them. Who's gonna pick the cotton? Who's gonna cut the cane? We can't kill all of them. Who's gonna make the rum? So they moved on a position of fear. And that fear was to kill people in the most heinous ways, to frighten everybody else to move faster. So even though some of us didn't get up and rebel physically in the terms of bone down plantation thing, but we did other things. And my point is this, is that I'm not negating any activities our people do for reparatory justice. What I'm saying is you must respect people who are doing the work and have put their time and effort into it. Because we're all doing repertory work of one. I said it before, even what this station do, is part of that repairing the damage that has been done, which is what reparations is. It's about repairing the damage that has been done. You understand? So what I'm going to do now is coming up to the ads. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to play this Bushman again. And I'm going to dedicate it to my brethren down there in the Camel era. Because he said he didn't know the tune. He didn't know who was singing this tune here. And I'm going to play this tune again. And I want everybody who's listening attentively to the rock926.com. Yeah, catch you on 87.8 FM and 92.6. That's how I move critically. I want to listen to the words of Bushman. And then on the other side, I'll open up the lines for your texts and for your communicative spirit. Because only when we communicate and speak together can we come to resolve the situation that we find ourselves in. You're in tune to the Nubian From People Talk Show, live here on the rock926.com, inside with the Prophet Maduti, Kwaku, Sakara, Piyanki, Imhotep, Bonso, Akwaba. If you want to send your texts in while the tune is playing, I'll read it after. 07-539 695 245. You see, I want to listen to the first bars of this tune, you know, the first words in my singing, you know. After them work so long on them plantation, and we never get paid. I want to listen specifically when they say, and we're not under your colonial spell. This is a very serious tune, you know. I don't even think people realize how serious this tune is. You know, the rhythm behind it is a perfect rhythm for it. Him ride the rhythm well, and the words are poetic. See? 07-539 695 245. You're in tune to Nubian From People's Talk Show, live here on the rock926.com, going out to the world. See? And the outer world. Bushman. Hear them vibes, yeah.
Stay tuned, stay tuned.
Your favorite.
This is G Vibes, and you're listening to the Prophet Kwaku on the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show. Stay tuned, stay locked to the Prophet Kwaku on the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show.
And all those books you stole away, I know.
Yeah, all the books you stole away.
Me
Bona fire pan them. Yeah, that? Yeah, that Babylon and them free talk, you know. Yeah, that? Yeah, that? Yeah, we're born a fire pan a weak heart. Because see, we have all the local weak heart in our community, you know. Yeah, some local frightened Friday people, them. See, some people who them afraid to take on the state. And, you know, let's not get this wrong. The state is very wickedly powerful. Let me repeat that. The state is very wickedly powerful. We see all them shut off Galaxy Radio after FM died. Excuse me. Or them shut them down. And what was Galaxy Radio doing? They were doing nothing more than what LBC does. And probably read BBC Radio London do. They were bringing the news to African people. News that none of these stations want to talk about. Or news that when they speak about it, they speak from a particular narrative. Not what we feel. You see, the system that we live under want to determine how you feel and how you should express yourself. So there's no real freedom of speech, as they say. There is freedom of speech under our guidelines. We would tell you what you're free for talk about and how you for say it and how you for feel. And so they push all these things down our throat. You know, one of the things, you see, I'm a man I deal with truth. Yeah? Otep caller, what's your name and where you calling from? Hotep.
Yeah, greetings, Maha. My name is Kwaku from Nottingham.
Hey, what you saying?
In Boko and also.
Yeah, Boko.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I was saying that. I was saying, Kwame, I don't know how long you've been listening to the show.
For a long time, man.
Oh, you caught it from the beginning then? So,
yeah, man.
One of the things that I'm just about to say was that these people say freedom of speech. But the freedom of speech is dictated by the parameters of what they define of what you can say, freedom of speech. And one of the things I was going to say, just as you rang in, I was going to talk about the news this week about Boris Johnson and how he was quite disrespectful to members of their Muslim community. Because, you know, whether we want to accept it or not, this is where we all live. We all live in Britain. Yeah, the Africans, the Europeans, the Asians, the Eastern Europeans, we all live here in Britain. And all of us, whether we like each other or not, pay tax to the state. Yeah? And it's the state's duty to protect each group from attack.
Yeah.
But while at the same time allowing each group to express themselves. Yeah. As long as it doesn't infringe on other people. Yeah. So I'm supposed to be free to talk about what I want to talk. As long as I don't talk about telling black people to take up gun and go shoot down and kill and murder and tear down, because that's bringing disruption to the state, and we live here, innit? Yeah. But I should be able to be free to attack the state verbally about the injustice that they impact on my group of people. Yeah. And so therefore, a senior politician in the Conservative Party, namely Boris Johnson, who's done so many things to bring the Conservative Party in disrepute, but seems to be, what they call, I'm calling him Teflon Boris. Yeah? Because other ministers would not get away with. You say if Ken Livingstone did or something like that, look what they did to Ken Livingstone. And all Ken Livingstone did was told the truth. He never lied. Yeah? But what they're saying, they're not saying that, they can't say that Ken Livingstone told a lie. So they use a word that my apologies, Jeremy Corbyn. Yeah?
Yeah, but him too.
Yeah. That Jeremy Corbyn is anti-Semitic. But they can't say that what Jeremy Corbyn said was a lie, or what Ken Livingstone said was a lie, but they can say he's anti-Semitic. You follow what I'm saying? But nothing he said was a lie. The truth is there about this whole scenario with the Jews and Germany and the Holocaust and all the rest of it. Yeah, it's not for me to tell them that what happened to them wasn't their Holocaust. You follow what I'm saying to you? Yeah, it's not for me to say that because it happened to their group of people. But equally, it's not for them to tell me about my Angamizi and to give the impression that what they went through was worse than me because they were involved in what happened to me.
Of course, yeah.
The same European Jews. Right? And
there's plenty of evidence, man.
Yeah,
plenty of evidence.
And also, I know I'm going on it because I actually came on to talk today, but I also want to make it clear to people that the people that call themselves Jews, are Jews by religion. That's what they are. They are people. They are a group of people. They call it either the Ashkenazis or the Sephardics. Yeah, a group of Europeans that embrace the religion of Judaism. Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of them converted. All of them converted in the 4th century anyway. They were not indigenous Hebrews.
They're not indigenous Israelites or Hebrews or whatever the case may be. Yeah. So we need to make that clear. because even without using any other historical data, if we use the book that they so hold dear, the Torah or the Pentateuch or the Bible, yeah, all events transpire between the Euphrates, yeah, and the Nile, and Mediterranean. That's not in Europe.
No.
That's in Africa. Yeah, and so
I
don't want to stray off to what I'm talking about, but everybody's got a right to put their argument forward. Now here's a man who's the head of a party, and he disrespects members of a particular. To me, it was a racist slur that he made. That's not no joke. Yeah, although I find it funny, I've got to be honest. Yeah, calling people they look like a letterbox and all them something there. But he's a politician. He's not a comedian. Yeah, he's not allowed. When you have they say, with great power comes great responsibility.
Of course.
And he's been irresponsible. But what they're trying to do now, if you're a certain conservative, was it?
Jacob Rees-Mogg.
Jacob Rees-Mogg there, the man there, right? Trying to defend my man's right under the freedom of speech. Listen to this now. Under the freedom of speech to say what he wants. You see how they changed the goalposts? Of
course, yeah.
But when we are born, but when we know, we didn't know a culture now. Modality, a born batty boy, and lesbian and pedophile and all them things. Them said we have a problem. You see, but we can give a historical date of why we ban them things.
Yeah.
Yeah? And it don't go back that far.
No.
You follow what I'm saying to you, King? But we don't have the right to express our cultural beliefs. And so when Bushman says, yeah, we're not under your colonial spell. There's a lot of us who's under the colonial spell.
Of course.
There's a lot of us that's under the colonial spell. Yeah? And have become afraid to challenge the status quo.
Yep.
I'm not afraid. Now, it doesn't mean I want to go jail. Doesn't mean I want to get murdered and and deprived of certain things. But if that's the consequences of defending our culture, then that's the consequences I'm prepared to face. Not that I'm going to like it. Not that I'm going to sit down in a tree by phone and think, why, if only one woman I do a woman. But I'm prepared for that. Enough of us has forgotten. And so this is why we don't have a foundation within our community. This is why our young people, as I said in the first half, when I watched this, I don't know if you saw that gang program. I caught it by accident, to be quite honest. Yeah? And I saw these, they were all masked up. Yeah? So you don't know whether they were actors or they were real people. Yeah? Because you couldn't see their face. You could just about see their eyes. They were worse than the woman who was wearing the niqab. Yeah? I heard people on the other station say, a radio presenter was a woman on LB saying that she felt intimidated. And a man said they feel intimidated when they see people. Europeans are so consumed with wanting everybody to be like them.
Of course, yeah.
I don't care if they wear their burqa, the niqab, or whatever it is they want. That's their business. Nothing to do with me. What do I have to do with me? What do I have to do with you? If that is all the people them want, if I saw them want to move, I feel them business. Where you they worry yourself about it for? I'm even here. A Muslim girl ring up and said to her, yeah, but when you Europeans go on the beach with your nearly naked with your bikini, is that all right? They go, oh yeah, but that's different. No, you see, it's coming from that they think they're better than. I don't use that word superior because they ain't superior to me.
No, man, no, not man.
Any European think they're superior with me. Let's go sit down in the sun together. We see who's superior.
Of course.
If that's the way you want to go with it.
Yeah.
You're designed for a better climate, a different climate than me. So I ain't gonna sit down in the cold with you because you can always beat me with that.
No, but they're down the cold. White man down the cold.
You understand?
The elders down the cold. Last winter, right? You know how many elders died?
Yeah, but
3,000 elders died.
Yeah, but Kwame, that's old people. I'm talking about.
No, but it's still white.
Young people.
They still say the white and they consider the culture.
Yeah. No, but they're young people. They're old people. We're talking about them whole.
Any old people.
Any old people.
No, but all dying soon.
No. I'm not saying that all die in the sun. Yeah, but we will all die in the cold at a certain age. Do you follow what I'm saying? At a certain age, don't care who you are. If it gets too cold, you're gonna dead. But I'm talking about peer group, young thing like that. You understand me? They're designed for winter. You see, when the weather look at the weather now. They will still got their t-shirt.
Yeah.
Cause it's hot to them still. You see what I'm saying? But we're digressing. I don't want to digress. You see my deal, King? I want to keep it on this. I'm still talking about the march because I can't cover the march in just 1-2 shows.
Of course, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because we got ads and then it's not that long. You know what I mean? Feel of why we're embracing this 1st of August as an international reparations day for African people. Yeah, and people saying that why you're marching, and one of the reasons, what people have to realize, we've gained a victory. We've claimed that day now.
Of course, yeah.
Because it's in their that's normal. Because they know it's happening every year. They just prepare themselves because they know it's a peaceful march. This is what they do. This is their legal. This is their citizen legal right. All right, it disrupts us. I mean, the police them love it because they get overtime. You know what I mean? It's more money for them. Yeah. So everybody's winning on their side. Yeah. But they don't like the fact that they have to block off road and all them things there because it's disruption. You see what I'm saying? And so now we've claimed the day. So what I'm saying to our people who sit at... One of the things that annoys me with the march, one of the things that gets to me, is when we're marching and I see our people on the sidewalks on opposite sides of the road looking at us. Like, what are they marching? I think to myself, don't you see 2,000, 3,000 black people in march and you stand up there and look like you're a tourist. Whatever is giant it. You understand me? I say because
but like you said, they're cowards, man. A lot of our people are cowards. Like you said before, they are afraid of matter, right? And 2 things on that. One, the Africans born and bred here, right? As long as you have that white slave master's name, he owns you. Whether you like it or not, whether you appreciate it or not, he owns you. He owns your mind, controls your thoughts, your actions, everything, man. Because
I disagree with you. I disagree with you. I think this is going to be the first time I have ever disagreed with you, my brother. And this will show that this ain't a rigged call. You understand? But I do disagree with you. I don't, for 1 minute, adhere to the fact that because we have their name, they still own us. No. Even though I've changed my name, from the slave name, and a lot of brothers and sisters done that. A lot of them haven't, but a lot of them still are Afrocentric. So, for example, I can read you off half a dozen names: Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Joseph Ben, Dr. John Henry Clark, Sheikh Anta Diop, John G. Jackson, Chancellor Williams, Jacob Carruthers. Edie changed his name. Yeah, Marcus Messiah Garvey. You understand what I'm saying to you, right? These individuals. Yeah, Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks. These are all individuals that decided to fight against a system that helped to suppress them and enslave their ancestors and them. And they had European names. You see what I'm saying? Right? So I would not adhere. You see, you have to be careful, Brother Kwame, when you make certain statements. Do you follow what I'm saying to you, King? Yeah? Because what you might deem as important in terms of your revolution, your brother and sister might be on the same revolutionary mentality, but to them changing the name is not big right now. Doing the work is, getting that done, doing this, sacrificing my time, and my boom, 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 boom. You understand me? We've got a sister called, we've got Esther Stanford Osei. Yeah, she changed the surname, but she still keep the first name her parents gave her. You follow what I'm saying to you? Yeah, right. We got Cheryl Phoenix. these are women in our community that do big works. Do you follow what I'm saying? They do works, that they are revolutionary women. They're not no little idiot girls sit down in the corner and them nah do them things. Even the sisters that I work with in my organization, Nubian, who still carry their European name, but they're doing African works. So everything is time. Everything is time. It takes time. You follow what I'm saying to you, King? So that's the only reason that I would disagree with you on. What I would agree with you on, I think we would just need to just get rid of those names. Because from a personal point of view, what we're doing, we're bigging up that ancestry of enslavement that we have. Do you follow what I'm saying? So, so I think one to do, because like my first set of children, when I was a young boy, they got kind of European names. But my last set of children, when I got into the movement, got no European names. None. I didn't give them none. They got my African name that I changed to. You understand what I'm saying to you? Right? And so, therefore, it's a transition. What should happen is now, is that the new children that's coming now, we should try to encourage our children, to use African names. And tell them what the names mean, because all the names have meaning. It's not, you just don't name them so because, or you think it sounds nice. And I think, even with that old name thing, there was a revolution that happened within the 80s and the 90s, where Africans, we didn't want to use the European name, so we started to make up names. Renisha, Kanisha, Felicia. We just started to make up name. You understand what I say? So in a sense, that was a change. You understand what I'm saying to you? So it's a process. It's a process, my brother. Go on, it's a process.
Well, yeah, but like I said, most people are scared, or not wanting to express themselves and allowing the system, or allowing themselves to be hoodwinked by a system that keeps on pressing them. And I think that many of our people are happy being happy-go-lucky slaves and Negroes. And, when you and I talk about this, or when you have things like the African Emancipation Day Reparations March, when people do or want to detach themselves away from that, thinking, it is crazy, Pan-Africanists are crazy people over there, man, doing their thing, and you know what I mean? And even the Africans...
But, Kwame, can I ask you a question? Is it because they want to separate themselves, or is it one, them don't know what it's about, and we haven't been able to get the information out to the wider community, and three, could it be fear? Because we can't detach from them three concepts. You understand me? People are afraid.
I think it's a mixture. I think it's a combination of all three. Fear, ignorance, and not knowing about what the event stands for. But having said that, I think if people are wanting to make a conscientious effort, and I underscore the term conscientious effort, right, to get to know about something, right, then you will find out. For example, if you got a house, right, and you want to sell it, right, then you will do your homework to know what is the best time to sell a house on the market. What's the best price, location, blah 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 blah, right. You do your homework to ensure that in the event of you selling your property, you can get a good price for it, right? Because you're prepared to do the work, SOW, to ensure that happens. So, because it's of value to you. So this thing about African Emancipation Day, for most of us, because of the way we've been educated, or rather miseducated, we don't value our own cultural days. The same way that the Chinese, appreciate and value Chinese New Year, the same way that the Pakistani Muslim community celebrate Eid, value Eid rather, the same way that the Hindu Indian community, value Diwali, the same way that the English people, value St. George's Day. We, as black people, African people, don't value our cultural holidays that are important to us.
Well,
and that comes from,
Could it be then, Kwame, sorry for cutting you, my brother, could it be that they're waiting for the powers that be to respect the day, and then they will?
Right, but even on that, right, the government has, they've so-called given us Black History Month, right? How many black people, right, really partake in Black History Month?
Well, it wasn't actually the government that gave
Well, I know that. I know that brother, that already from Ghana.
The brother from Ghana. It was Ghana and a few other people at the time.
Yeah.
In 1981?
87, yeah.
1987, yeah. So it was. But what happened with that? I think that could be an example, because that was commissioned by a group of people, and over time, and the reason why it was in October is in dedication to Olive Morris. Right, but it really is February. That's a true African history. And that's, we can go over that. That's a whole another show for a whole another time. But that just an example is that they took the moment, and then the government had to support it. So just like we got the day, right? We've claimed the day now. It's in their diary. That's in their diary. Them know, so we do it every year. Right? We can make that day a day greater than anything, greater than the carnival, and it will always be controlled.
But I think also, next year.
One second, beloved. It will always be controlled for us, by us. It will not be done, nothing for us without us. That's the slogan. Go on. You're saying.
Yeah, I'm just going to say that this day, quote unquote, that's been given to us by the condemned government, or the conservative government. It's Stephen Lawrence Day next. I think it's April 22nd next year. I wonder how many black people will celebrate that.
Oh no!
Partake in the program.
They will celebrate. You see, there's a few factors that we got to look at. A lot of our people will find any excuse to have a rave. That's the first and foremost thing. And any excuse to get a day off the old slave, the plantation, they would take it. You follow what I'm saying? So Master say you can have that day. People can say, well, listen, I'm not coming work, it's Stephen Lawrence Day. And what happened is they got the governmental backing of it. So the employers now can't sack them for going Stephen Lawrence Day. But the employers probably can sack them for going for reparations day, because the government hasn't sanctioned it. Do you follow what I'm saying? So there's a whole heap of factors that play. It's like, for example, they had Jamaica.
No, profit, right? They don't sanction, right? The birthday of Guru Nanak, the Sikh. They don't sanction the birthday of Prophet Muhammad.
No.
They don't sanction the birthday of, what do you call it? Of Eid.
No,
right?
one second. No, they do.
No.
No, they do.
No.
They do.
No.
They do. When it's listen.
I'm not talking about Ramadan.
No.
I'm talking about Eid al-Fitr. That's not a public holiday in this country. It's not a public holiday.
No, it's a public holiday for those group of people. So if so it's on the news. So you'll hear them say, this is that's the Muslims are celebrating Eid, or they're celebrating the Indians are celebrating Diwali, or blah. What it's on the news. See, in a minute it's on the news. It's sanctioned by the state. You follow what I'm saying? So it's recognized.
Yeah, it may be recognized, but it's not a public holiday.
No, it's not. It's got nothing. Listen to me, beloved. Get that out of your head. It's got nothing to do with public. Public holiday is their thing. They don't have a public holiday for Ramadan. They don't have a public holiday for Diwali. Yeah, they don't have a public holiday for the Sikh them when they're doing their thing. There's no public holiday. The whole of Britain don't have no. It's not like bank holiday. They don't have it. Remember, there's a bank holiday for Carnival. There's actually a bank holiday for Carnival, but we don't control Carnival no more. We created it, like we created a lot of things, and they steal it, and it's theirs now, and they dictate the parameters of what happens. You know, they dictate the time, the whole shebang.
Yeah, even today, I wouldn't call it, but even today, right, in Nottingham Carnival, right, and it takes over for it, right, and they set a time, 12 to 8, it used to be 2 days, every Saturday and Sunday. Now it's just on a Sunday. It's between 12 and 8 p.m.
Right. And what that is, this is when you seek funding. Listen, nobody funds Ramadan and Eid. The Muslims them fund it. Nobody funds Diwali. The Indians fund it. You follow what I'm saying to you? When the Jews is having their Passover and Molotov and all them things, and Hanukkah and all them something, nobody funds it. The Jews fund it. So what we got to get used to as African people, funding our own things.
Yeah, man.
And we do, and we have the money and the ability to do it, because even on this station here now, when the ads come on, listen to the amount of events and dance that are going. This station, Vibes FM, Lightning FM, Maestro Radio, Conscious FM. You know, the whole. If you listen to all of these black radio
And these
stations,
are all in London, yeah? And these are all in London, yeah?
yeah, all in London. If you listen to them, yeah, the amount of dance. Look, my brethren them had a dance last night, and we're celebrating their birthday. I couldn't go. I was too tired. I was working. I was too mash up. I was supposed to go meet a queen from Congo today. Yeah, she was pouring libation down at the Tekken in Victoria Embankment. I couldn't go. I was too mash up. I just about say I'm gonna do the show. I was tired. I've been tired from the march. From before the march, I've been tired.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I couldn't make it. But what the point I'm trying to the amount of dance and all these dances, they're full. We're talking 500-600 people. My brethren from Lightling, he had his birthday party. He have a birthday party every year, Fox, right? He nearly 1,000 people passed through there. So, and they're buying tickets at £15-20 a time. That 1 week, yeah, that's not just your ticket. That's them make a coach from South London, North London, for go there. So people have to pay them coach fare. Then then the woman them Ghana hairdresser, man Ghana barbers, new clothes, new this, and then them a buy champagne. And I mean, on that night, the average person spends on average 50 pound me reggae. On average, they spend £100 on that one night. I'm telling you. Yeah, they go there. See,
is that just booze?
No, this is booze. Yeah, that's just on the booze. They're buying champagne, right? You can buy a bottle of Moet probably in the shop. I don't drink alcohol, but you probably can buy a bottle of Moet for £20 odd or something like that. They're paying £60 for it, 70. Crystal, £100 for one bottle. And they buy it and they put it in the something and them sit on and they stand up there with their brandy and champagne and thing, and it's a show business.
Yeah, show thing, yeah.
It shows me that we're still enslaved in the mind because you didn't have it and you have it now. So the point I'm trying to make, beloved, is that we have the resources financially to fund our day. You imagine if all those people go to all them different dances, all of them gave a £5 for that day, what we could accomplish on that day and further. You see what I'm saying? And so my point is, that we have to want to fund our activities in our community.
You know what, right? I'm going to make a recommendation, right? Maybe you can take it or leave it, right? I'm thinking, right? You know, on the day when people come on the day for the march, right? There should be like, particularly, when we get to Parliament Square, right? And we've got attention of everyone, right? There should be like a basket that we pass around. Everyone put,
No, we have got buckets. No. We have got buckets.
Okay.
We've got buckets with the logo on and everything. But we was very short of staff this year. Very, very short.
Oh,
of
okay.
Staff. Very short on security, stewards, and that type of thing. But Kwame is coming up to 1:45, and I know that you can talk for long. You know what I mean? But I'll give you thanks for your contribution. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Right,
I'll go off and let someone else come on the line. But
yeah, I'm going to call you differently, Kwame, because I need to speak to you about something. But I'll speak differently, yeah? All right, Otep. Good time. You're in tune to the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show live here on the rock926.com. It's coming up to the hours, is it 18:42. So, show wrapped up at 707-539-695-245. We were very short on security this year and stewardship, and so we need volunteers to get involved in that type of stuff. You know what I mean? So if you're willing, if you want to help out with the African Emancipation Day, preparing the African Emancipation Day Reparation March next year, then you can call this number 07922 03 5446. Be effective. Be involved in the change for your future. Not for yourself, but for your children and your children. Because remember, as I said at the top of the last hour, we're only a small capsule of time. We got very little time on planet Earth. And so we got to leave a legacy for our children. That is not just a personal legacy, but a legacy for our people. Yeah, it's no good your child is alright and then the rest of people, children now do well. I eat that thing. That's not a community thing. That's not African. You understand? That's why we have that saying, it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a village to create a future for that child. Out of intro to Nubian Forum People's Talk Show live here on the rock926.com. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Greetings, Prophet. Hotep.
Yes, Hotep. Yeah, brother Delani. Yeah, media man.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I want to rise up the Prophet for all the great work that the Prophet has been doing.
Give
all the
thanks.
sacrifice he has been making, and also the African Emancipation Day Reparation March Committee. All the great work that they have been doing to, keep the people alive, keep our ancestors alive, keep our struggle alive, and our continual divine struggle for reparation, which will not end no time soon until we achieve our aim and objectives. I wanted to chime in on a specific thing that was mentioned on the show, Prophet, about the day, to declare the day. And I was thinking about it, and I've come up with a solution to that. You hear me, Prophet?
Yeah. Are you attacking it?
All right. Hear the solution now. I am proposing that the African community call a national conference to discuss this issue and other issues that we need to get some consensus on in our community. That means all radio station, all TV station, all video man, all photographers, all pastors, all preacher, everybody, all school teacher, everybody get together. We make a declaration. We make a declaration on that day in writing. See, it said this day, the 1st of August, is known as Reparation Day, and we're going to use that day in how we see fit, and we lay out maybe a 10-point plan of how we celebrate that day. See, in terms of how we engage with the state, how we engage with our employers, how we engage with our schools, how we engage with our churches, how we engage with our, our family members. So that is something that I think that would be...
Don't leave out the mask as well,
No,
Or we engage with the mask, or we engage with the temple, or we engage with our spiritual leader them, or we engage with the promoter them, for the dance them and them thing there. Everybody have involved in this thing, because reparations belong to the whole of it.
So yes, on the weekend I pay reparation dance. I pay emancipation dance. You know what? No. I pay culture music, I pay castle, I go park on them there. You see it? You see the madness of the park.
I like the sound.
You see it? So we have so when you hear some man got emancipation dance, I don't know, champagne I go buy, some bucket, some investment fund. You see it?
Listen, no man can buy champagne, long as the money he pay for the champagne is going to the reparation movement.
You see, so man knows that the day there, you come out with all the colours in African wear, and you name the dance with all some African leader, see it, and you don't see it. So we know that then the promoter they know say, on that day, the promotion money, percentage of that go towards the liberation of our people.
And when we're saying liberation, let us be very clear, Brother Delani, that the liberation don't mean we're setting up arms to go and kill people. The liberation is about creating our own schools, our own institutions. Our liberation is about creating home contact for some of our elders that live by themselves, and so people can go around and visit them. You know what I mean? Our children that need extra curriculum tuition to advance themselves in certain things. So when we're talking about liberation, we have to be very clear what we're talking about. I think people, when they hear the word liberation, they get frightened if you say, you tell them you want to take up gun and go start killing all them things. The liberation is about liberating your mind, removing the barbed wire of colonialism on your mind, and freeing up yourself.
Thanks for that well-said clarification. Is very well said, my brother. That is great, powerful clarification. But it is along those lines. It is along those lines that we need to have a consensus as a community. You know, see it. And so we don't have no diversion that go on a weekend there. You know, see, so we have a emancipation weekend or a reparation weekend. Where, you know, say from the 1st of August to whatever the weekend, if it's before or after the weekend, we know say art promotion of deal with the aspects of that. So you can have a school dance, you know, school emancipation school dance, and you know, so you know, so we raise funds for the Saturday school them, you know, see, you know, we raise funds to build an alternative regular school, you know, see. So yeah, it's a long line, but we need to have a general consensus, and it has to be done through some type of conference, some type of convention, National African People's Convention. You know, see it. And we bring delegates from all over the place, and we have certain agendas which we vote on as a community.
I like the sound of that. So I'll hold that and put that out. See what people think, then, Brother Delani.
Yeah. I think the time has come, because you know we can't keep. I mean, it's good to put things in the ether, to put it out there in the universe, but we have to give it legs. You know what I'm saying? To give these things legs so they can move and bring them into action. You know, see. All
right, I'm gonna cut you there because we got 10 minutes to go. Yeah.
My brother. Yes, sir.
And I'm mindful of the time. There's a couple of things I want to say before the show ends.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let me just land off with one final statement. Also, who we are as a people, the labeling, all them little things they can look up on the agenda too, amongst other things. But give thanks to that, Prophet. Yeah. Great show. Keep up the great work, my brother.
Yeah. Give thanks for your contribution.
Hold up, my brother.
You're in tune to Nubian Forum People's Talk Show live here on rock926.com. We have 10 minutes to go. 07539 695-245. I will take calls up until 5-2. After 5-2, I'll take no more call because I got some things I want to just kind of wrap up quickly, and the show ain't long enough. So there we are. 07539695245. There is Brother Delani says that we should have a national. I reckon we should have an international conference on that day. Just debating that particular day and what, you know, and things like that. You know, what would you be involved in it? What do you say as the listeners and people out there? Would you get involved in something like that? Do you like that idea? I think I got a couple of texts here. I did not read them out, so let me just read the text out. It says, Tech caller, what's your name and where you're calling from?
Hi, Kwaku. I'm just gonna say one or two things. I'm gonna go anyway. I'm calling the show, but you're right about freedom of speech. You can't say what you want to say anymore, and when you want to say what you want to say, they just come on you down. And I had this experience as well. Freedom of speech isn't there anymore, and it won't be there anymore. So it'll be gone. And until then they start thinking you as a terrorist. But I've noticed the bad apple in the police, they can do whatever the hell they want to do. They can do whatever the flip they want to do, and they can get away with it. But when it's people like me or people like you, we can't get away with it. I mean, they can taser someone to death, they can get away with it. They can do whatever they want, they can get away with it. Why the hell they don't give us equal powers then?
Well,
you know what's going to happen one day? They're going to get kicked down. This country is going to get into a riot again.
Yeah, let me just say, calm yourself a minute. Let me just say this. That
I'm very upset.
Yeah, let me just say, what they do to innocent people, I would not want the permission to do that. Because that's not in my nature and our people's nature, our true nature. Not that we don't do things like that, but that's not in our true nature to want to taser people and kill people and get away with it. That's not in our nature, so I don't want that power to do that. What I want the power to do is negate them from doing it and getting away with it. So I agree with you on that premises. You understand me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to be able to can just go out. Okay, give thanks. Yeah.
Bye.
I don't want to have the power to go out there and can just kill anybody just because I can do it, because I did not give that person's life. I want to be able to defend myself, and if that person is coming to me to kill me, that I can if I have to take them out, and don't get condemned for it. There's a difference. I don't want to be evil like the European. I don't want to be like them. I don't want the right to do that. Yeah, I want the right to express myself and express my culture and defend myself and defend my culture. And that me I fight for. And I want justice for my ancestors and our children who's suffering today. And that me I fight for. Me now fight for the right for go kill no innocent people who not do me nothing. Yeah? And then want to get away with it. Cause I idiot something that's not African. Otek Cooley, you got literally 1 minute.
Yeah, greetings. A quick one, Prophet Kwaku. Yeah, for just a quick one. Yeah, I would definitely be interested in. You know, it should be like an event or something that Brother Dylan was saying on the first to make it have more of a dimension.
Okay,
and I'll tell
you what I'm going to say to you live in here. Put that argument to your group where you are in Nottingham. See what they say and get back to us on that. Let's start the ball rolling. Let's see what people think about that. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Give thanks.
All right. Give thanks.
Right. Text read. Well, Prophet. So, how does your team intend to improve the march for the next year, brother? Any ideas? Big up always. Well, how do you intend to help us improve that day? It's your day as well. We are just the facilitators of that thing. Yeah? We just facilitate it into the direction culturally. But we're open to our people to come and help us with it. Yeah? But Prophet Reparations team need to set up 2 dance and get the money king. Set up 2 reggae dance, you will get the money in no time. Our people love jump up. Big up to 019. Yeah? And that was a text from 019. He sent 4 texts, so I just read them. So we're coming to near the end of the show. I'm not going to take any more calls now. I'll take texts, but I won't take calls. I got a few things that I want to say and I want to make clear. Yeah? And it's where the reparation march that we do each year is concerned. You see, when we're speaking, we must always try to speak the truth as we know it, not as we believe it or as we want it to be. Yeah? But we must tell the truth. And there's a rhetoric going around lately that RMUK started the 2014 march, and so there's video captions going around about it and things like that. We're in 2018. That was 4 years ago. Yeah? We're in 2018. Yeah? And the 2014 march. Yeah? Right? That was 2018. This is that was 2014. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah? We've been doing this march. And we on the African Emancipation Day Reparations March Committee. The official committee was created in 2015. Yeah? RMUK did not do the march by themselves. That march was orchestrated by RMUK and the International National African People's Parliament, INAP. That's when it was started. Now, I've been through the history of it before, and I ain't got enough time to go through it again today, but I will if anybody needs to know. It was INAP and RMUK and other members and other organizations in the African community that created one of the greatest marches we had, which was the 2014 march. But in 2015, RMUK pulled out and decided they're not marching no more. We've got the documentation showed they achieved what they were off to achieve, and they felt that marching, they didn't want to march no more. Well, we continued it. Yeah? Because we saw a different vision. And these things happen in our community. Yeah? But I want to make it clear, yeah, that they did not start that, they did not orchestrate that march in 2014 by themselves. That is untrue. And I can prove it. Yeah? Sometimes we are infiltrated. All organizations get infiltrated. The Rastafari movement is no different organization than any other organization, like the Black Panthers, Nation Islam. We all get infiltrated. We got low-level agents working, and they're seeking to destabilize what we're doing. So may I make it plain so everybody can hear me and say, I know so it go. Remember me telling you. So anybody come to